we have somebody else here who has a piece from Richard II.
Oh.
Would you like to, our king?
Oh,
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors and talk of wills, and yet not so, for what can we bequeath to the ground, save our deposed body, our lands, our lives, and all our Bolingbroke's, and nothing can we call our own but death, and that small model of the barren earth which serves as paste and cover to our bones. For God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings. Okay. How some have been deposed, some slain in war, some haunted by the ghosts they have deposed, some poisoned by their wives, some sleeping killed, all murdered. For within the hollow crown that rounds the mortal temples of a king keeps death his court, and there the antic sits, scoffing his state and grinning at his pomp, infusing him with self and vain conceit, as if this mortal flesh which rounds our life were brass, impregnable, and with a little pin comes at last and bores through his castle wall. And farewell, king. So cover your heads, mock not flesh and blood, with solemn reverence throw away respect, tradition, form, ceremonious duty. For you have but mistook me all this while. I live with bread, like you. Feel want, taste grief, need friends. Subjected thus, how can you say to me, I am a king? Thank you.
God damn it.
You may return to your seat.
I don't know what overcame.
Oh.
And good night.
Oh.
I don't want to be the one to follow that one.
Good gather your party. Good gather your
Good gather,
party.
good gather.
Oh,
You're right.
my God. No.
Oh.
Wow.
There's a
Well,
small
I might
section
do
that I omitted. That in the moment I forgot.
Well.
Wow.
Allowing him, I don't know if I did it, allowing him a breath, a little scene to monarchize. Yeah.
We actually haven't, everybody got to go around and tell a little bit about their background in theater, and you didn't get to introduce yourself and your background in theater.
I have a lot of background in theater. An extensive, I'd never done Shakespeare though, because I did musicals on Broadway and off Broadway. I did 3 seasons at the Shakespeare Theater of New Jersey, but only musicals because I had done musicals, so they wouldn't let me audition for the Shakespeare shows because I'd
My
done
God, they're lost.
And I was like, but please,
They're all crying right now after seeing that performance.
Yes,
I'm like, what were
They
we
didn't
doing?
want it.
Angry with you right now.
What?
What do you mean you? I did the musical of Two Gentlemen of Verona.
Oh yes.
You did what?
Yeah, there was a musical of that. It was done in
so
the
good.
70s. Yeah, it was very 70s.
It's very
Clive on Little
but,
and Raul Julia, I think. Was it
Yes,
Raul Julia?
wow.
My mom saw that at Madison Square Garden. She said she saw Raul Julia do Two Gentlemen.
Not
And it
Madison
was
Square.
the
It's where Cats was.
musical?
It's where Cats was. The Winter Garden. It's at the Winter Garden Theater.
Oh,
sorry
my
for
God.
clapping. Yeah.
But you never did. You never did.
No, they
To
wouldn't.
this day.
No,
Do you wanna? Because I'll put something together.
Well, I think we want to develop that here.
Yeah.
All these wonderful actors that tell stories and love this beautiful poetry because it's about being real and in the moment and playing
Yeah.
And something that we're not allowed in this space is time to rehearse. Because it's always rush, put it.
Yeah.
And with that, we certainly could do things. I'm not saying anything, but
Say all the things, Darin. Say
Well,
all the
no,
things.
Yeah.
it's-
rehearsal is great because then
true.
working with it's what we do in voiceover. We make a choice right away. But there's a great thing if I can look at you and look at Caitlin, look at Liam, and say the line
Oh yeah.
and get your reaction, and then
And then base my
Right.
performance off of that.
that's
It's like
being real.
acting.
Yes.
It's like being in a moment.
It's like action
yeah.
and reaction.
And that's
It's like,
what that's what Shakespeare does.
Yeah.
I mean, when it really, really, really works, because it's really funny, and it's sad, and it's powerful, and it's just so vital. I've seen a lot of Shakespeare. My wife has done Shakespeare, but for some reason they were like, "Not you. You'll do the Fantastics again. You're the musical guy."
You were great in the Fantastics. Dog.
I hate that show. I've done it twice, but I owe my career
Yeah.
because at New Jersey Shakespeare, the person I was acting opposite as the fathers, he had a looping company, and he was like, "I want you to audition for Ice Age to do voiceover and do some extra voices in Ice Age. Call me on the phone. Like, I work with you every night." It's like, "No, I want you to call me on the phone, and I want to hear your stuff." And got 3 days on Ice Age and went, "Oh, I love this. Maybe I'll be in voiceover for my life." And that's kind of it. If it would not have been for this play, that you know, and in that play, with irony, we're talking about fantastic. This is sort of Shakespearean. The opening number is called "Try to Remember," and on a nightly basis, the El Gallo forgot the words to try to remember.
You're joking.
And we're all on stage for that, and I just found that very amusing.
That's beautiful.
Everything was always mellow and yellow because he forgot what the line was. And it was just like,
I
that was it.